Jesus takes away our sin with his blood, not a penalty substitution. He came to appease and not invoke God's wrath against our sins. There might as well be no sacrifice if God's going to be equally wrathful. God was happy that sins were carried away, not counted against Jesus. PS tries to take away the glory of forgiveness. If God can't forgive, he can't condemn because he owns everything. By getting us, he gets anything we stole from him anyway. Would it be better for us to think that God donates what we stole for a good cause, or that he permits himself to be stolen from? PS mixes the person and sin. God becomes okay with sin through hating those he loves. Jesus carries away us or sin. Sin must be removed, but PS gets in the way. Logic, which would have contradictions removed, was before justice or order. And justice, son, retribution, may sometimes go unused. It's better to not use the law than to abuse it. Retribution, anyway. God wouldn't even accept sin if they were removed. That's how much he wants sin removed. Luther and PS think that God has to accept sin before removing. Sometimes God's better than getting even, like PS. What glorifies God, in contrast to everything else, is that he needs no balance, like PS, which converts God to a digital signal. You don't punish the lamb like PX. It's easier to forgive than to create ex nihilo, because forgiveness is closer to the heart. Pay is a frustration which shouldn't be inside of God, where PS puts it. The outside of God is only grace toward us. God's heart is better than his outside, we trust. We're better than PS, and God's better than us. We don't need retribution to forgive. How much more God? Getting even is the least God could do. We're ransomed from the world, not a PS God. God gets a smack through one-way blood. PS fakes God's innocence, but the Spirit is truth. So the fake must be only physical. Like Jesus' trial before the Jews, they condemned Christ, like the PS God. If I bear sins, I go to hell. Since Jesus didn't mean them, he can bear them without going to hell, unlike PS. Jesus doesn't filter wrath, but prevents that by filtering sin. Jesus would be a bad head to offer sins to God. A good head rids sin before the wrath is invoked, actually makes propitiation unlucky, yes. Even our intentional sins are only accident when Jesus bears them. Like sometimes the body does things beyond the head's control. In order to get churches, PS uses confusion, like the word punish, punishing yourself to win a race. That's too big for atonement docs.